Bum ba dum bum bum ba dum do 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 do. Glad I caught that before actually starting the game proper. You didn't miss much, me just rambling about getting things set up, apologizing for being a little late. But I think we're good to go. I wanted to make sure we started on this screen in particular. Because, oh boy, do we have a fun array of shenanigans awaiting towards us. So for a one-off stream, I've been thinking about how I wanted to do more Golden Sun. But playing through an entire JRPG, even though Golden Sun's a little bit more on the shorter side of it all, made it kind of hard to stream it as often as I would like, with it being a one-off. With my streams being kind of short within the 2-hour mark to begin with, and streaming only every other week on top of that. So I've been wrestling around the brain for the ideas of things that would be satisfying to just do for one stream every now and then. And I came up with this fun idea of just making a Golden Sun Randomizer seed, loading up the save file that I had the most progress in possible, and just doing a set of monster battle arenas with it. For those unaware, oh, this is like the one downside that I've noticed. For some reason there's no music in here, but I think that's something that we can alleviate later on down the line. So I went a little bit more crazy with this randomizer than usual. We got randomized NPC icons. We don't really got randomized items because I use a pre-existing save file, but our classes are randomized. The synergies that exist within these classes are randomized. And now that's resetted. The classes, the Djinn setups for classes are also randomized. I figured if I was going to do a randomizer stream for battling, then I might as well go all in. So, I didn't really have any background music playing and all that, but it is kind of awkward to just sit around here and nothing, especially because I wanted to spend a little time messing around with our classes to see what kind of neat little classes that we can get. Unfortunately, I lost a lot of my backup saves from Dawn Djinn testing to the hardware setup, so this is the most story progress that I get. If we come back to this idea in the future, I'll do my best to try to remember to actually excuse me. I'll do my best to try to remember to actually... What I'm trying to say is, going into the future, maybe I'll play this game off screen just so I can have a save file with at least all the Djinns for us to play around with. Now, what sort of classes can I make? Yeah, there's not really enough Djinns to do anything besides single elemental lineups. Oh yeah! The effects of the Djinns are randomized as well. I completely forgot about that until just now. So this is probably going to be an interesting set of battles. Let me see what this... leaves us with now. We got a full wish line. That's a nice start. Sure, let's go into this. So the goal would be to see how many monster battles I can do without dying. Oh, almost forgot. Weapon unleashes and the equipment I can get is also randomized. So I just sold everything I had and bought all the equipment I could from the most recent shop I had access to. We have some interesting stuff to play around with. I'm just hesitating starting because I'm trying to decide if I should limit myself to healing items or not. How about we go with not for now, and I'll back... This is just a casual thing anyway, so I can always back out of it if so needed. Oh, okay. So we got music in the battles itself. It's not really randomized. But we're going to be going into Depths of Silence every single time. And I'm not quite sure what to really make out of that. What the heck does Magic Shield does? I think that's like Psi Energy that raises resistance. Unleash Kite? Guess I'll stick to Psi Energy with you. Sure, if only because it'll be funny. Yeah, if I got Psi Drain on a Djinn, not that it's a reliable source of synergy recovery, I think it's safe to, like, ban using healing items, at least for now. I'll limit myself to not using consumable items. Because I remember, like, one of our party members had, like, some fun little secondary effects, like... I guess I was... Oh, here we go. I can use the Jerkin. You know, let's see what it does. It says resist water, but it is kind of... That's usually like a secondary thing. Let's see what the heck this does. Headbutt you. Not really too much that we can do with I've been in this class. This might be a little bit more awkward of a class setup than I gave myself credit for. At least this one's Salamander, but... Okay, so it raises my defense. We can work with that. I'm not gonna remember that's a thing, but... who knows? Already on the first boss. I think according to this save file, I've gone up to... I just got the Kaile. I didn't even bother getting the Djinn yet. So this could lead to some interesting setups. Yeah. I'll be honest, I was not expecting that to work, but not complaining about that. Guardian of an Immortal... I think that's... Okay, no wonder I was getting confused. It was like... Wait, that looks... Something seems off, but... Oh... The Djinn requirements for summoning are also randomized. That could be fun for Lost Age, but I don't really got anything... I don't think I have any sort of save file in Lost Age with enough... Oh, no... This is all stuff I'm going to have to do off screen, but I got some ideas of where I could find a completed save file of both Golden Sun and Golden Sun The Lost Age. Ramsey. Sure, let's see how accurate side energy drain works. I never use it in vanilla Golden Sun because I recall it being bad. But hey, that worked out pretty well in our favor. Having a skill like that out of Djinn might mean that I actually use it more often. Let's see, what can I do with 2 fire? Not much apparently, but excuse me. I forgot what button I pressed to randomize, but maybe randomizing the Djinn cost is a little too much because it doesn't feel right to have. I don't mind the Djinns themselves being worth different amounts, but having something that. Having nothing, not being able to do any sort of summon for 2 fire elemental does feel a little anticlimactic. I think how it works is that this would still do wind damage even though it's a fire summon. There's one way to find out. And you just gotta pay attention to the pronunciation. Yeah, no triple exclamation points, so I think that is just considered a wind summon. I just can't believe I'm actually statusing a Hydro statue. This win. So if I save up my fire Djinns, I guess that means like either Neptune or Time It would be the most damage, but I don't really know which one would actually be of use. Oh, I forget that we also have weapon unleashes. I gotta keep that in mind too. Who's the fastest? Ivan? Okay, I'm gonna go for Neptune just because that would be funny. Briscus Pure Ply. Get a free Zephyr. Oh, that flash. I gotta actually use standard attacks more because I forget that the unleashes are randomized as well. Yeah, that's. Now that I notice the red glow, that sure is a fire elemental summon. With water. Sure, let's hop in before anyone notices that there's no music here. So far, I'm actually enjoying this concept. I'm not sure how I'm doing the best job commentating, but I don't even think that's... Hypothetically, this should be really easy for me to just commentate and talk about how things have been going, but my brain's not fully in the commentating mindset at the current time. I mostly am just sticking through with this because I set up, and by extension, basically promised this stream earlier on in the day, so I'm just sticking through it with it now. Which is a way to pick up the stakes a little bit faster. Alright, that's not going to be an AoE heal. You have Wish? I mean, we are taking damage fast. Like, this is only round 3, and I'm already having to resort to using a wish. So I guess that's something. Ooh. That kinda hurt. I gotta be careful. I don't know if I actually have a way to revive party members. At least without using items. But even then, I don't even recall if I have a water or life on this moveset. Yeah, kite revive. Of course, does the kite instead of actually revives. I could pure ply with Garrett, but how fast is Garrett even? I'm the slowest person here, but surely faster than the enemies at the very least. Get spritz on you. I have one water to life, and it's on the person that's just about to perish. Great. Oh, you know I have flat, quote-unquote, Zephyr. Why not mess around? Why not play it safe? Yeah, those are definitely randomized moves on the monsters. I definitely don't have to worry about things being too easy with all of this. Think Headbutt is actually Earth Elemental damage, which would do good against you, I believe. Sure, we're taking a little bit of damage, so why not, like, put up a little defensive shield. And no luck with sleep. Oh. That sure is. That sure is damage. Do I have anyone that can heal status conditions with this set? Virginia could do cure. That sure won't be outdated. Oh, I do have Restore on Mia. That actually works out perfectly. The fact that one of my Djinns is just a literal cure, that is a slightly alarming. I'll be up front. Probably should keep everyone up in health just to be on the safe side. Of course, there's no effect on you. Right, I don't have enough Djinns to actually do Wish with you. Where's the win? I guess it's wind elemental damage either way. So it's kind of clear that I should be taking use of this opportunity to just go on a commentative sideline, like shoot the breeze, talk about how things have been, enjoy life a little, and try not to worry too much about the fact that I have literally no Djinns to my name. Well, I guess I can apply. I'm trying to think about how things have been, but there hasn't really been too much happening this week. Like, I just got... It's mostly just been an eventful work week where I just... Kind of weird seeing an enemy do that. But hey... I guess that's the sort of thing we signed up for. It's kind of just been a boring week. I haven't even gotten out until just earlier today, and even then it was only for a little bit, like a pretty short walk, because I kind of was just getting out right before the rain started to hit. So didn't really have too much time to burn from that perspective, and it's kind of just getting back into the whole work grind. I guess I could talk about what I did the weekend before, because that was pretty eventful. I'm just a little debated. I already talked about it twice, both on Pokemon XG in a Mount Battle segment that I'm recording, as well as in Game and Chill, which that's in a few weeks. Still, I guess there's not too much harm talking about it. Let me just pay attention to my party for just a little bit, because I just noticed that everyone's getting a bit low. Wow, did Prox... Wait, I wasn't even paying attention to the damage, but I mean, if that's randomized, like 15 damage to a single enemy feels way too low. What the heck? Let's pull up a Zephyr just to be on the safe side. Oh, what the heck is this George packing? First it uses Flash, and then it unleashes a summon up against us. It's a good thing I had Zephyr up and going, because otherwise we would be a bit out of luck. I definitely would have wiped to this thing, I would assume. Don't mind me, I was just getting a little clip because I think if anything is worth saving a moment of whatever that exchange was those past few turns. Good thing is that we're... Well, now we get to see for ourselves exactly just how much damage this little guy can throw at us. Not terrible for a whole tier 2 summon. I was a little worried it'd be a bit more, but I guess it is just a tier 2 summon. Yeah, what the heck, I teased it quite a bit as is, so I guess I will just talk about the convention a little. It's the most exciting thing about it was that it was the first convention that I went to in like 6 years at this point. I think the last one that I have record of, and by records I mean cosplay photos from, was 2019, and I think we all remember what happened in 2020. So yeah, that definitely kind of crossed out the possibility of doing conventions for at least a couple of years. It took me a bit longer to get back into feeling comfortable around other people than most people. Again, it practically took my entire childhood, young adulthood to get used to being out and in the public with others. And then the pandemic kind of just reset everything back to square zero. Which for me and my neurodivergent history is more like a negative 10. Right, you're weak to water. Or, I mean, you're weak to fire. But you're also just a standard enemy. I'm kind of paranoid that I'm going to just accidentally misclick and hit no, and put all this effort into vain. The one downside to this whole monster battle mode is the concept of it taking so long. It feels more like an endurance test than it is a strength test. And I don't just mean with your party's HP. I have played this mode quite a bit on my own time, but more often than not, I find myself just quitting before I even get close to being knocked out of like boredom rather than actually dying to the enemies along the way. Feels like there should be a way, if like this was a bit, if there was like a hard mode for this gauntlet, I could see it having some appeal in the strengths of like Paper Mario, The Thousand Years Doors, Pit of 100 Trials and all that, because it is just like an endless monster gauntlet. And hold on. First of all, did they really just give us this? I think they just gave us the same monster fight twice in a row. Okay, now that I've gotten that realization out of my head, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, this battle mode. I definitely see it having the appeal of Paper Mario's Pit of 100 Trials. Because unlike the Pit of 100 Trial, it also has a random... It's basically just shuffling all the enemies. Like, even if this wasn't already randomized, the randomization certainly helps in giving it some appeal, but even in the vanilla game, there's a bunch of randomization. It just keeps throwing you enemies until you either get defeated by them or get bored. And when you have, like, infinite amounts of healing items and skills and abilities to restore your powers, yeah, you can pretty much go on with this for a really long time without much of a means to keep you motivated. Without much to keep you motivated to keep pressing on forward. You know, I gotta watch my... Speaking of which, I should probably watch my synergy a bit more, because only Ivan actually has the ability to recover synergy right now, and some of my player members are getting a bit low. I think I had like a skill or something that could get me synergy on some of these other party members. That'd be pretty cool. Unfortunately, I only really have Cornea. I do have items, but the whole point of this is to try to not use those items and just see how far I can go. But I guess if I'm really am thinking about this long term, maybe I should focus less on... Maybe I should conserve my synergy going forward. And at least on... Oh no! As I was implying before, I don't think I have a way to actually revive party members. Which is a problem considering that's the one party member that had a water life or any sort of healing item. So there's this like chance that Ivan's just dead for the rest of the run, which means maybe I won't be able to last this for an entire stream. Oh, great. What a time to get a boss fight. Do I really have nothing? No, those don't work like that in this game. Maybe I can at least get it to sleep? I don't even know if this boss is susceptible to sleep. Well, I think Garrett has the means to recover his... I think Garrett has the equipment that all restores his synergy points every turn, so... he can use spell. I have no qualms with him using spells. But it might be, at this point, it might be a little bit before we die, so... what was I talking about before I got completely off tangent and more so into a panic? I do not want to smell the smells of decay that come from a monkey. That sounds relatively unfortunately disgusting. You know, I never really play around with Haunt. Yeah, you know, if I had more Djinns, then maybe I would have revival synergy on one of these guys. Okay, at least that did dilly squat. Can I possibly haunt you? Nope. Yeah, the last thing I can remember talking about was the convention. It was just a small little thing, so it's more so just the fact that I was actually able to get out with the general public again that I'm more happy with than... oh, do I want to fight a very strong monster? Sure, if that's what you got for a very strong monster, then I think I can fight that baby all day. See, there's only like 3 panels in the convention. 2 of them were kind of more just like trivia, and they were all like out in the open. 2 of them were just little trivia things. And even though the 3rd one would probably be the most exciting of the bunch, it was at the very end of the convention, so I didn't stick around long enough to actually get to experience it. Oh, come on, get... Garrett essentially has infinite synergies, so I should be capitalizing on that more often. Oh, great. I should have known that we'd get the double salamanders eventually. Get Wish. I think the more exciting part about that whole convention ordeal was the time that I took away. Oh! Right, Mortal Blow sure is a thing. I forget what enemies have that in the vanilla game, but that sure was a skill that they use to essentially destroy themselves. Like, I'm familiar with the actual explosion sort of move. I know what enemies have those, but I don't recall what enemies actually have Mortal Blow. I just know that from my time actually modding Golden Sun, that I've seen that move come up once or twice. Shoutouts to the squad for holding on for like 5 rounds without any sort of sign of life from my vent. Right. I gotta be a little careful with my spells because I'm running a little low on synergy there. Why did I heal with Mia? I just got done telling myself I had to conserve her synergy for when I absolutely need it most. And yet here I am, just using spells out of the blue. Okay, at least the enemy that... I was gonna say the enemy that's awake is now dead, but now they're both awake. Great. I could pure apply with you and then summon Ramsey. Assuming all my other summons don't finish this thing off. Right, so heal you up, and then we can summon, and we're set. Oh, I don't know how often I have the patience enough to actually see this set of dialogue. You're incredible. Would you like to fight one of the strongest monsters? You know, I'm starting to realize that maybe if the randomizer wasn't on, we would be getting bosses for some of those higher parts, or for some of those more fancy dialogue lines. But I'm still kind of concerned about Purple Living Statue, like, what sort of tricks does it have up its sleeve? Sorry. I've been getting so sidetracked by just not dying that... Excuse me. As I was saying, I was getting so sidetracked over not dying that I kind of... been doing a bad job of story time and all that. So I went up, actually went by a park that was in the area during some of the downtime during the convention, and I think that was as enjoyable as the convention itself. I had a good time on it. Sorry, the part of my brain that's like focus on not getting destroyed by the enemy kind of override my commentary there. I think the craziest part about all this is how long we've been going without Ivan. I forgot what I was gonna say, so I'll just say that the time out there was nice. Got a pretty healthy of a walk, just going from the convention area, from the hotel that the whole convention was taking place in, to the park and back. Also, Garrett looks like he's seen better days. At least I have the ability to prevent myself from dying whenever I need it. So unless I'm getting assaulted by attacks every turn in a row, I should have the means to keep myself alive as long as I'm paying attention. Granted, either of those things are definitely a possibility. But we'll worry about that when the time comes. And about the park, I got some nice pictures of the wall. I think he just got me from full health. Okay, sorry for all the interruptions to story time, but I think our run's about to end, so don't mind me as I focus on trying to pull my butt out and get a miracle out of this. Maybe if I can put the enemies to sleep this turn? Oof! It took a whole randomizer and other shenanigans, but I actually, finally, lost to a Coliseum battle before I just flat out got bored. Incredible. You won 17 battles, you broke the record. Now, is that actually... Pardon me as I go out and go back in. I forget if that's shown on the board up there. No, that must just be... That number must just be for multiplayer battles. Now, what can I do to spice it up? Because that was barely an hour. If you don't mind, I'm gonna go pick up that Djinn and see if that makes anything more interesting with like giving us more class combinations and the like. If nothing else, you can kind of get a taste of what the Randomize music does to all this. Because I'm pretty sure that the save file saved before getting the Djinn. So I'm just gonna run around the world map a little bit and see if I can pick that up. I do got the debug codes down here, so I could probably even jump around and collect a few more Djinns if I so please. I would give myself more levels, but I don't want to make myself too over leveled, because I don't think the enemies are going to scale with all of that. Or like the enemies that would appear in the Coliseum aren't exactly going to scale level up if I do just end up leveling up with the debug code or something like that. I would be way too overpowered is the point I'm trying to get at. Oh, you know what? If the enemies are all randomized, then maybe I won't be able to find a Djinn here. I'll give it a couple more tries. But if I don't find what I'm looking for in a couple more attempts, I'll take a little BRB break. It'll give me an opportunity to stretch my legs anyways, but on that downtime, I'll see if I can mess around with things to do that plan that I was alluding to, even though the initial plan was to have it for an addition, for a possible revisit to this concept going forward. One more try. If the Djinn doesn't show up this time, I'm gonna assume I'm not gonna be able to find it in general. Yeah. I give. Oh shoot, there's no BRB set up on this scene, is there? This is for like the recording of the Golden Sun games, not the actual streaming of games in general. That's fine. I can get that real quick. There, I didn't even have to rewrite it. So I'm just gonna leave you all. That works. I'm gonna leave you all on the screen while I take a break to refill my water and possibly mess around with things to see if I can make the whole Coliseum challenge more interesting if I do gotta go into it for a round 2. See y'all in a little bit. Yeah, I got no idea why it happened. I just unplugged my capture card, which I guess because that's tied to OBS, that freaked it out. But I didn't think it would have been an issue because I was not using it right now. I'm recording Golden Sun through other means. But since I got the mic back up here, here's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna pull up one. I'm gonna see if I can find my childhood save file for Golden Sun, the Lost. And I guess I might as well get the one for Lost Age as well while I'm here, and just see if I can dump them and put them into this randomizer seed instead. That way we should have access to all of the djinns and everything else in this game. And it should make for an even more interesting run than the one we previously had. So go inside games, show game copies. Here we go. Childhood save files for Golden Sun 1 and 2. Copy, paste, and I guess I'm gonna have to close this for a second. But once I do, I could just rename this copy into the name of the Golden Randomizer. And I shouldn't need this anymore. Shouldn't need this anymore. All right, let's boot. Again? At least I caught it before we started playing the game, but still. I don't know how much of that... I wasn't paying close attention, so I don't know how much of that how much I was commentating while the mic was muted, or just not properly connected. We should be good now. And I'll get you all caught back up. This is my childhood save of Golden Sun. So we should have access to all the djinns. Which should make the amount of skills that we can use a bit more interesting. Having access to at least one person with revive would be kind of nice. I sure did like yellow growing up. Do I still have that Golden Sun music? perfect, because we might be here for a little bit. As I try to mess around through this randomized class system to come up with something that can revive. Surely one of these classes out of all the classes in the game have access to the revive synergy. This is... I don't know, I wanted to mess around with tri-elemental classes, but considering how much this stuff is randomized to begin with, I don't know if that will really help me. I think it's kind of funny that even with a mixed elemental class, we're still running into Ivan's default class. So, nothing great there. What else can we try? This might be one way to get the revive synergy, which is something I want to have if I'm going to try this again, especially itemless. Oh, now we're in freaking all water. Okay. You at least have revived now. Let's not mess with a good thing. And I want something besides Ivan's default class. So I guess we'll swap these back around and see what happens. I'm just not even sure if it's really worth messing around with tri-elemental classes when I went through all that trouble to actually find something that works. Like, okay, so you have Wish. I don't know, it'd be really nice if I could get Ivan to have Wish, since Ivan or Garrett, because they both have ways to actually recover their synergy points. Actually, that was tied to the Djinn, not the character. Was it? Yeah, it was Side Drain. That works. As long as I have the Wish user with access to Side Drain, I have some means to actually restore health if it gets too low. Now I have an opponent. Go in and fight a monster. I think our record was 17 last time. Let's see if we can do much better with a wider pool of enemies to work with. Oh, I probably don't even... I don't need a Lost Age track going. I didn't even pay attention to what our weapon unleashes were. Boost wind power, agility, resist wind. Life Nourish. That could be useful for a weapon unleash. Which of our party members have means to restore synergy points? Because I want to prioritize using those. If I'm going to use synergy, I want to prioritize using those skills and saving everyone else's synergy for a later time. Try putting you to sleep. Free boost to resistance. No, I was thinking of my previous build. This build probably will have completely different adepts with all healing synergy. So I guess the only way to really get a gauge of who can recover synergy is to have everyone use some synergy this turn and see who gets it back. Here goes something. Right, the enemies have randomized skills too now. Oh. No one got an auto synergy heal. How assuring. I guess it's better to realize that now than later. Quick Strike, Tonic. I guess if I need to cure status elements, it's good to know that one of my Djinns can still handle that. Let's see if we can put some of these guys to sleep. Now, the fact that I pretty much have limited synergy healing on essentially everyone is gonna take a little bit getting used to. I have Cornea that can do some side draining. Let's give it a shot. See what sort of odds we're working with early on. $18 recovers 18. Nice. And the temptation to use synergy is so high. And I've never really had a situation where I actually want to use Condemn. But if it's just sitting on a Djinn that I have to use before I can summon anyways, then why not, I guess? I got Annihilation too. I honestly forgot what the difference between the two are. Let's find out together. No effect. Oh, right. That's an attack that has a chance to instantly kill them. The other thing was just a side effect, which means it'll do absolutely nothing if it doesn't kill them. Fears? What's Fever do? It's been too long. I think it just dilutes them. I think Headbutt would be slightly stronger. I kind of want to get a... I kind of want to summon it as soon as I can so I can do that again. I can't believe I'm about to make Mia eat worms. No, I'm not bracing for a clip. Why would you even imply that? It heals slightly more than I thought it did. Like, that was about as much of a heal as a cure. I just remember worms being like a terrible healing ability that the early game enemies had. But here we are. I have a Djinn that makes Mia eat worms every time I want to get it to a state to unleash. Yeah, I have enough to summon, but at this point I kind of want to save save those summoning Djinns for the next set of battles. Because surely I have this thing almost knocked out, right? I guess I wasn't making as much progress as I thought. But still, like, surely it'll go down after this set of attacks. Wait, I think I remember now. Blizzard King's actually a boss from Crossbone Isles. It's not a normal enemy. How did I forget that? I guess we can share a little summon love with it. At least enough summoning to actually be able to get the Djinns back that I want to use. Yeah, I kind of suck up an entire 300 worth of damage like it was nothing. We can go with that. We can roll with that. That being said, I guess this is a good thing I checked. The only Djinns I have that can do tier 4 summon with are Venus and Water. That will be good to know. That is definitely good for future reference. So there's no point in using more than 3 Djinns with any other party member is essentially what I'm taking away from that. Yeah, that gives me Flash. So I might as well summon you now. Who do I even want to do with... I guess I'll go with Quartz in case I want to go for a Wish next turn. That seems like a fair bit of logic to follow. No. Just as I was about to say, this fight's not hard, it's just dragging on for a long time. The fact you have drowned makes this all a bit more complicated. Right, it was Mia that had the synergy healing, not you. I can't even revive yet. 1, 2, 3, 4. I should have enough Djinns to revive. And yet it's not there. Well, I guess it was a bit later on than I thought. Well, I guess we'll revive Ivan in the next battle. Because hopefully this guy doesn't take 2 more sets of summons. And I guess I should be grateful to have some means to revive. Oh, you could revive this whole time too? Well, let's get on that. That's probably what I'm going to be saving my synergy points for the most, because if I restrict myself from using items... Oh, of course, now you get the revive spell. Like I was saying though, if I restrict myself from using items, then... when I run out of synergy, I run out of synergy. With one exception of Mia having synergy drain. Unleash attack! I have a Djinn that's just my standard attack. You know what? Sure. It'll be funny. Maybe you'll have Fire Elemental added onto it. No, it's just a standard attack. I mean, the randomizer gives and the randomizer takes. Alright. Shoot, I gotta resist the temptation to just, as much as I want to use the synergy. Right, I think Ivan actually has an Unleash that heals himself, so maybe I could just stick to that? Heal everyone up. Let's see how this pans out. Yeah, if I did let myself use synergy, these battles would go by faster. In Fury. I just wish I had more Djinn that actually heals synergy points so I wouldn't have to worry about having no means of getting synergy back. Even like a summon or something that was high stakes, but at least assured that my resources were renewable to some degree. I don't even know if any of you have synergy points to drain. Maybe like the Boulder Beast, because I think like some of the later ones have like Blast and the like. These may not be that high level. Oh! That's right. It's been so long I kind of forgot that randomize all abilities means that they can use Djinn abilities. That could be problematic if I don't do something sooner rather than later. At least I have Pure Supply and... Where are you? And the Pure Ply and Zephyr combo. And where is it? Just annihilate this guy out of the picture for good measures. That'd be appreciated. Get you back. Possibly get you out. Not as successful as I was hoping. There's something funny about that. I can't quite put my finger on it. I don't know. These guys feel like too late game to actually fall asleep, but it's an option with Djinn. Essentially free. Figure I might as well give it a chance. Mia is faster, so... Oh, that's right, I don't have tier 4, so... I don't have tier 4 access to fire or what. I think you get what I'm trying to say. Might as well use time it because... There's no point saving up for a tier 4. Alright. Of course it didn't work. Don't really see the harm of trying though. And this will at least get the boulder beast out of the picture? Of course. Everything but the one that I actually want to get rid of. You know, Lanta would be good damage against the golem. This would not exactly be good damage against the golem, but I guess if I go for one more water, then I can use proxy. I guess... Let's just see how this stacks up. Well, at least I knocked it out before I woke up. So you're about an hour and a half stream-wise. I'm a little iffy about if this idea is any good. I'm glad I tried it, but I'm just not sure if I'm doing a good job actually counting over it. I'm not sure how much of it's the game and how much of it is just like kind of being the mindset of kind of more wanting to just vibe with video games than I am talking while playing video games. I do know like the spring indie sales coming up soon, which in of itself feels like a wild statement to say because I guess we are in March, but to me it still feels like we're in winter. Not by the weather outside. The weather outside is nice by society standards. All the snow has been gone for a week or so. But I'm just used to spring not really being a thing until April rolls around. I was gonna say, why actually use the Djinn that... Why actually use the synergy to put things to sleep when I could just use the Djinn that does that for free? I guess I'll try Kadem again. You think I would have learned my lesson by now, but here we are. That would be resisted. Think. Haunting. Right, I want to I want to get in the habit of side draining whenever I can, because that's pretty much the only way to assure that I'm not going to run out of energy before this all ends. But that also requires side draining to actually work, which could be an issue in and of itself. Okay. Okay. You know what? Screw all original plans. I'm giving myself permission to no longer hold back. That thing needs to be off the field like yesterday. No more trying to conserve synergy for no apparent reason. If the summons don't get rid of these guys, I'm just gonna blast them with everything I got, because I cannot take another mortal danger again. Yikes, these... I think these are probably... Well, it'd be a bit of an exaggeration to say our biggest threat yet, but... They are an actual threat. Atlanta, Timelet. Well, as much as I want to use Wish, wait, were they resisting when? Oh, that's right. The elemental damage of summons is based on the gens you use, not the actual summon itself. So even though I was using a wind summon, it was still doing earth damage because I used earth gens to cast it. And heal? Man, these guys are just the full package, aren't they? Well, by that logic though, that means either of these would work. I told myself that I wouldn't use healing items. Maybe Magic Shield would have actually been a good thing if I didn't wait until the last turn to bat. If I actually used it early on in this fight. Yeah, that's exactly what I should have been doing from the start. Focus on the summons that require wind gens. I'm just terrified of that. I forget if it was Death Sigh or Condemn. It was definitely some sort of one-hit KO move. I think it was Drown. Either way. Yeah, I guess it's time to blast out the Astral Blast. No. Not using items. That's the rules. Key is Cure, but that's not going to be enough right about now. And I have to use at least 2 gens before I can get my water gem back. You know, I'm kind of hurting. Let's pop a pool. Let's plop a granite. Wouldn't hurt. Mortal Danger, that's what it was. At least I didn't proc this time, but the fact that I let it go off twice, it's unfortunate. Doesn't feel like I'm doing enough with my gens quite yet. You know, an eye for an eye. If you can just spam Mortal Danger, then why can't I? It'd be real wild if I could, like, get your synergy points. You know, I was talking all this time about Synergy Drain being my key to actually lasting long term, but that's not going to do much good if the stupid thing never actually procs. At least I got free healing with worms. Okay, thank goodness. At least one of them are finally out of the picture. What are you doing? I'm supposed to be the one dodging. Not you! I forgot I could heal as well. No wonder this fight's been going on forever. Okay, Berserk is like boosting my own attack. You know, maybe I could use that in combination with Astro Blast. Seems like the only way I'm going to be able to get through this fight in one piece. Or if I get lucky with Annihilation. Nope. Not again. Was not expecting two Earth Lizards to be the fight that got me the most terrified tonight. I don't think it matters. It's all going to count as Earth. But it sure makes me feel better not doing the one that's labeled Earth. Finally! Yeah, I don't even... I lost count, but I don't think we're even close to the point that we lost last time. And yet that fight felt like it went on forever. Guess I do one more win, and then I can actually unleash a spell. Be nice if I had an AoE healing. You know, I'm a little confused. I'm pretty sure Will-O-Wisp is a name I made up for Dawn of Djinn. But I'm pretty sure I used a vanilla seed for the randomizer. There should be no trace of Dawn of Djinn on this copy of my game. So why is it using Dawn of Djinn names? Can't believe it just took me that long to realize that. You are good. At least that battle didn't go on as long as the last one. And if I'm just unleashing all my summons, we should be able to get back to where we left off before we know it. And I know you actually have synergies, so you should be susceptible to synergy drain. Alright, just gotta remember to heal up Ivan. And the next battle, that's against Kraken. Great. At least you should be pretty susceptible to sleep, which... No, I'm not waiting 3 turns just to get access to sleep. But at least I have reason to set up my defenses. Pure Plot you. Maybe I can seal your synergy on top of that? I'm not sure if it really matters, because I'm pretty sure like the Kraken skills are going to be all randomized as well. That's susceptible damage for a mid-game boss. You may be mid-game, but you're a boss nevertheless. Right. Guess as good a time as any to pop a flash. This probably won't work, but it'd be funny if it did. You know what, if I can get someone to heal Garrett, then maybe I can save Flash for something a little more dire. I did heal with somebody, right? I'm starting to realize that the answer is no. Maybe they won't attack Garrett, maybe they won't attack Garrett. Maybe this will be enough. I am reducing the damage I take by half. Thank goodness. I thought I was gonna lose the ability to use one of my 2 revivers. Right, this should at least do Mars elemental damage. I think this will count as Earth and not Fire, but still worth a chance. You can restore, but you also need a heal. Bad. Pure Apply, and do I want to use a wish? I think I'd rather focus on trying to get my summon back. Fever. I think Fever actually counted as Fire Elemental, even though it was from my Earth Djinn. Kinda hard to believe that it took me this long to realize it, but I'm glad I did. I got scared by the name, but that's right. Onslaught is a weak move. guess I could try putting you to sleep again. Well, if I go for one more Earth, then I can actually use Meteor, which would actually work to my favor here. Oh, that's right. Summons are based on... I may have got some wires crossed, but I think we're making good pace nevertheless. Yeah, this is gonna do earth elemental damage, not fire. That's fine. I actually wonder, do I still have the attack boost? Yeah, the attack boost I never actually used. Better late than never, I guess. One turn away from Corna. And maybe we can at least get some synergy back? Because surely Almighty Kraken has plenty of synergy points to spare. Right? Or I could just knock it out. I was gonna say, I'm not kind of pondering how much longer I want to keep going, but... leave it to the game to throw, like, 2 bosses in a row my way. Pretty sure... yeah, I think it's much faster, which is a shame because I was gonna like summon with attack with Garrett, then summon with Isaac, but he's kind of like the slowest one on the field. I was thinking we'll even bust open some synergy just to try to get my stats up sooner. By that logic though, I should go for Protect because I can just get Magic Shield when my Djinn's restore. Or, like right now, if I actually remember what Djinn actually has it. Terra Strike will count as Earth Elemental damage. It's just when I'm summoning, I'm going to be summoning water. Don't I have... yeah, I have a Djinn that basically is the Berserk. And I have a Djinn that's basically Kite. I don't know. On one hand, I should save my synergy for reviving, but I don't know how much longer I'm gonna... My patience might actually... Or what? Tracy. My endurance might actually outlast my patience this time around. Ooh! Maybe not. Maybe there's still room for me to be humbled. Well, time to pull out the revive. It's been a little bit since I need to worry about that. Well, there's another one down. I would like to go at least as long as I did for... I would at least like to beat my record of 17, but... With the higher levels of the enemies and all that, these battles are probably going on longer than they normally would. But I think we're getting to the point where they're kind of getting the best of me. I might actually have to use my flashes and my granites semi-wisely. I have the ability to pure apply, so I might as well. And yeah, I might as well get that out there so I can start healing my synergy again. And if the randomizer seed was a bit kinder and gave me a couple more djinns, that even just one of my djinns that had the ability to heal synergy points, I feel a bit more confident going into this in the long term. But then again, Dragon Driver! I guess it was inevitable we were going to run into this skill eventually, but it's a good thing I put up not flash when I did. 2 in a row? Okay, these guys just went from formidable to terrifying. If I could put you to sleep, that'd be fantastic. You know what, I'm gonna just set you. That gives me my... I think we do that with Mia going forward, actually, because that would give me access to Synergy Drain much quicker than just, like, using the Djinn, summoning, and all that. Meanwhile, like, Mia practically has no synergy left to work with. Okay, at least one of them fell asleep. Even I'm glad that my I'm glad that the skills that I spent most of the game ignoring in vanilla playthroughs are at least having practical uses here. I do kind of just want to see how long I can go before I die, though. Especially if I can last as long as I did last time. Yeah, just to make sure that I'm not, like, getting completely obliterated by some crazy skill like Dragon Drive again. Yeah, Drain wouldn't be that bad if I actually could use... if it actually healed more HP'd. But oh well. So spend the next few turns of me out, at least as much as I can, trying to get my synergy points back. Oh, right, that's the thing. Oh, still one turn away from having Zephyr back. I already used Spritz. Well, hopefully I'll have a chance to heal next turn. I think I've decided that when we get that one line of dialogue, that's when I'm gonna end my attempt, no matter how well it's going. The best one that we got in the last attempt around. I mean, if we're running into enemies that just randomly have Dragon Driver, I think there is still some potential for some surprises worth exploring. Assuming we even make it that far. Using an elixir. I can't even remember if that's our default item or if that's something that the randomizer threw in our faces. Right, someone should be reviving Ivan. I'll be honest, I kind of forgot about you. Wait, where's Revive? Oh, you have Revive. I could have sworn Isaac had Revive as well. Oh, he does if I use like one more Djinn. I guess I even could sit out one turn. It's kind of wild, because even when I consistently get 7 synergy points back, that's still not enough to, like, really mean that much. Cool! What a great time to get that right before I'm about to die. Still too many turns away from... I think Isaac's just dead. Oh, if not yet, then soon. Oh. I don't even have the words. I might actually have to start using support spells, even though I'm trying to conserve my synergy. No, wait. don't I have... I do have Flash. We can use that as a substitute for this turn, and then Magic Shield. Reply. I guess I would substitute for... I'm just taking in my surroundings, seeing how things are going to line up next. Okay, I'm not sure if it just did enough damage or if it procced the ability. How do you manage to have everything? All the skills that I want you to have the least. Feels way too late into the game to go for a sleep, but sure is tempting. Is it a lot? No. Will it keep me alive until I can get my other spell? Possibly. Or my other Djinn, or whatever? Possibly. It's a better option than worms. Yeah, I don't remember you all being this as resilient. I think it might slightly take me out of the kill range. No guarantees, no promises. I mean, how often you get to see yourself attacked by your own arrows? I figure I let one of them go through. Kite, which one's Kite again? Oh, that's just Berserk. Think someone has a Granite, and that might keep me be enough to keep me alive this turn. Right, that's you. So there's no need to defend because Granite will essentially do the same thing. What is my weapons unleash? Oh, of course, of course it does nothing. All these other weapons that actually have unleashes that I could use if I actually equip them. Right, you have to use that, otherwise this whole strategy is kind of screwed. Well, let's see how this turn pans out. How's this orc just keep withstanding all my hits? Well, I guess if it keeps defending, then that'd definitely be a way for it to withstand all of my hits. And I can't side drain quite yet. Yeah, this whole idea of like just constantly using the Djinn that has side drain is not really working. So, very strong monster that is up there, but I don't think it's the most up there. We're at the 2-hour mark anyways. I'm just gonna see if I can survive this guy. Who has... Let's try that. Just sworn someone had magic shield. Wasn't it Ivan? Which one had the Djinn that was essentially magic shield? I'm not going crazy. I know I've had access to magic shield. No, it wasn't granite, it was something else. Whatever. I can't find it now, that's kind of the issue. Drain is essentially worthless, but I guess Fever would at least give me elemental damage. Right, and I need to get Side Drain back so I can get some healing off. I was gonna say, good to know that it seems susceptible to all the elementals, except for the one that I need it to be. Right, and you have auto healing. I think the concept of trying to get Ivan's attack high enough to actually do damage seems a bit of a contradiction. Especially if I just wake up the opponent before I can really set up anything. Right, of course I would do next to nothing. Get another heat flash off at least. Shuriken should be pretty good. Let's just do regular damage with you, and Mia. Can you pull off the Side Drain this time so I can start building up towards the Mars summons? No? Okay. Right, there's no summons that use 4 wind Djinns, so I might as well unleash this now. Tempted to go. I'm running out of synergy points, but I'm tempted to just go for the Plant Driver. Just to. I guess it might actually be a thing I have to do this fight, because if I don't outpace the auto healing, then I'm just screwed. Sucks that practically all of my fire elemental Djinns are hot garbage, because I could really use the summon, but there's not really any Djinn skills I want to use to get up to it. At least 504 is a solid amount of damage. Well, I mean, I gotta get up to the summon somehow. And it was almost a full heal. Of course you would have that. At least I still have enough energy to revive. Oh right, I have no summons that require 4 Mars. I can't really do Meteor. Well, I can do Meteor, but I can't do a tier 4 fire summon because I just don't have any. Great. I don't really have enough synergy points on Mia to work around with. Just gotta hope that this is enough. Who's faster? I think it's actually faster. I don't really have any... Funny enough, I don't have any tier 3 Earth. Do I use Plan Driver? I might need this energy for reviving. I could pull up a Granite. I forget if it was using any actual synergy spells, but if I could seal it, that would be worth the Djinn. Or I could just defeat it. You're very strong. Just like to fight the next monster. As much as I want to beat my record. That was a 2-hour stream. I'll admit, my commentary kind of just evolved into deep focus on the game. I think we're good. 13 battles. And I think I'll keep the save file around, so at least we have something to work towards the next time we do this. Though I'll have to figure out some way to give a twist to it. As for what I'm going to do next stream, I'll admit I kind of been bouncing between 2 ideas, like... Oh, I was going to say, surely I was actually streaming on YouTube this whole time. I didn't check, but I kind of just assumed. It's just the preview doesn't seem to be working, but surely there wouldn't be views and likes if people couldn't see the stream. Yeah, so like I was bouncing between possibly doing another starting another Donkey Kong game, because I still have a bit of a DK itch. The 2 ideas I have was like one showing off the old, actually doing a full playthrough of the old Donkey Kong Country fan game I made in like 2007 or something, or just playing Donkey Kong Country 2 proper. And that may not even be the thing I finalize on, but feel free to let me know if you like either of those ideas. That will probably influence my decision to some degree, depending on how early I get the feedback. And I don't know, this is kind of getting me itching to do something with the Golden Sun Randomizer as well. But we got like another couple weeks before the next stream, so I guess I got some time to figure it out. Looking forward to hopefully sharing some... I had a fun idea for April Fools, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get done in time for April Fools, so I guess stay tuned. If nothing else, I do want to stream... Actually, I do want to stream Pokemon Fool's Gold again. Typically, I just do it the stream week that's closest to April Fool's. And by that logic, that might actually be next stream. I completely forgot about that. So unless I'm willing to do a stream in the middle of Tuesday night, which it's always hard for me to stream on the work weeks. No. No, let's just walk out here so you at least have something to listen to. I completely forgot about that. So yeah, now I'm bouncing between 3 ideas. 2 Donkey Kong related, and the third being doing Pokemon Fool's Gold, so I don't have to worry about trying to plan a stream around a Tuesday night. And we'll see if I can get around to completing the video idea I have as well. We're already like halfway through the month. The time's flying by too fast. Well, all that said, I guess I'll see you all next time. Take care. And just gotta stop on